Good evening. It is Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. Today was our monthly food distribution here at Sahuarita Baptist Church, and yesterday, in cooperation with Caring Ministries, our team of 7 volunteers prepared 72 food boxes for today's distribution. Today we gave the boxes to an estimated 38 families, helping approximately 100 people. In the larger scheme of things, in the face of world hunger, that's a mere drop in the bucket. But it makes a difference to those who receive the food. We may not be able to do much about world issues, but we can help the people in our small part of the globe. This evening I want to look at Psalm 100, and I'll be reading from the New Living Translation, 2nd edition. Shout with joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him singing with joy. Acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving, go into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and his faithfulness continues to each generation. Psalm 100 is a short psalm, and it's kind of meant to be sung as one of those songs whose melody sticks in your head and you find yourself humming to it all week long. It begins with an encouragement to action, to shout with joy, and to worship with gladness. Contrast the reaction of people attending church to people attending a sporting events. Shouting and gladness are expected at sporting events, but often frowned upon at church. That's not how God intended it. Then the psalmist encourages us to acknowledge our relationship with God, that he is our God, and we are the sheep of his pasture. You know, we wear wedding rings to signify our marital status. We wear team memorabilia to announce our sporting teams. We have pictures of our grandkids to announce that we're grandparents. We carry around a diaper bag to announce we're parents of a small child. How do we announce our relationship with God? Somehow, I don't think fish symbols on our car bumper is what the psalmist had in mind. Acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us, and we are his. We belong to God, and our lives and our lifestyles ought to reflect that. We ought to live differently because we belong to God. Then the psalmist mentions the need to give praise and thanksgiving. The opposite of praise and thanksgiving is complaining and demanding. We need to practice the praise and thanksgiving. You know, I think we ought to all have a top 10 list of the things we're most thankful for. And we ought to share that list with God in prayer each day. Then the psalmist gives a testimony of the goodness of God, that God's love is never ending and never failing. We are surrounded by so much failure in our lives, the failure of people, the failure of relationships, the failure of governments, the failure of society, the failure of the moral compass of our society. But God never fails. This simple, short praise psalm can be endlessly repeated to help us bring to mind what should be our daily practices: to praise God, to thank God, and to trust God. May your day be a day of praising, thanking, and trusting. God bless you.